Hey everyone, hope you're all having a good day because today we'll be looking at this shiny Pokemon that might make that day a little bit darker. Wait, well not your day. I'm not trying to make your day worse, these are just an assortment of shiny Pokemon that might not be the best encounters for a sunshiny day. It wouldn't be my fault, it'd be the shiny Pokemon's fault. I'm just trying to make your day better with a video of shiny Pokemon that might make it worse. You know, maybe I didn't think this through. With shiny Pokemon being a challenge embedded into the fibers of Pokemon, these 5 are shiny Pokemon situations that could bring up some disappointing stories to tell your friends at a later date. There are so many ways to encounter shiny Pokemon that could leave a lasting impression, and here we are together, looking at the 5 shiny Pokemon that could have the worst endings for a shiny Pokemon story. Hope you enjoy this video, not having to go through these. Good luck! Number 5. A classic shiny Pokemon tragedy to start things off with has to be the amount of defusing need to catch any shiny Pokemon with self-destruct. While you may be lucky enough to have a Master Ball at that point in time and didn't accidentally throw it at Caterpie, there are many situations where this shiny Pokemon encounter lacks a solid Hindi fairy tale ending. One of the worst encounters has to be running into a shiny Electrode in the room with a Master Ball. If you manage to forget which ball is an item and which is a Pokemon, you may end up encountering a shiny Electrode with self-destruct just a mere 2 steps away from your glorious purple savior. Although there's a chance it won't self-destruct immediately, the amount of external sweating and internal gambling really takes its toll as you have to decide on whether to weaken the Pokemon, if you are even able to put it to sleep in time with all that speed, or if you can just chuck a random Pokeball to challenge RNG even further. Really, you'll be rolling dice, and on the floor, if you end up losing it to the chance of it exploding on you after the scramble of a decision this shiny Electrode will force you to make. Shouts to Electrode's equally angry cousin, Shiny Graveler, for being a notable exploding encounter as well. Number 4. Here's a little shiny Pokemon that's been surrounded by misconceptions before the first encounter with it. Shiny Ditto reigns in as one of the Pokemon that might be a slight disappointment. If you manage to encounter a shiny Ditto, you'll probably be able to see it transform before you catch it. Unless you're just out here with balls of luck throwing them on the first turn with bravado and actually catching it there. But if you're not Rare Hunter Fabio and you have to go through a few turns to secure this catch, you'll see that Shiny Ditto doesn't transform into a shiny version of the Pokemon it's transforming into, unless that Pokemon is also shiny. So while that might be known to some, there's definitely an audience out there having their first impression of a Shiny Ditto slightly less special as they see it transform into an exact copy of the Pokemon they're using, seeing its shiny prowess removed, and it being only half a shiny Pokemon upon capture, because anytime you use it in battle, you'll be transforming into a regular non-glimmering Pokemon as well. The real catch here is that although that is the current case, prior to Generation 4, Generation 3 allows your Shiny Ditto to transform into a shiny version of any Pokemon it's transforming into, so you'll be able to see the shiny forms of any Pokemon you wanted to see upon encounter. The problem here ends up being that if you decide to transfer it over to any generation after that, hoping to do the same thing, you'll end up with a disappointing nerf to Shiny Ditto as its ability to do that was patched out, transforming it into only the Pokemon in front of it with no color changes. But regular Ditto can do that too, so it might end up as blue as Shiny Ditto upon that realization. Number 3. This is one of the more challenging encounters if you manage to find this shiny Pokemon in the wild. Beldum is quite the struggle as its only move is Takedown, so if you end up in a situation to possibly catch one, you better hope you have a Ghost type to buy yourself a good 20 turns of it not being able to damage itself with Takedown. While that might seem like a lot of time, you have to then hope that the few additional turns you have after that are enough with this newfound ability of struggle. You're really going to need a setup of putting it to sleep and a Ghost type to remove the damage from Takedown if you're trying to encounter it in the wild. But if you're not prepared and it's just by accident, the real problem arises from the fact that Beldum has the same catch rate as a legendary Pokemon, the lowest possible catch rate it can have, along with less preparation to catch it than you would have when shopping for 400 Ultra Balls before your next legendary encounter. While you can breed for shiny Beldums with a Ditto, running into one has to be one of the most frustrating experiences as you have to really thread the needle with its insatiably low catch rate and just as painful move choice. So for a shiny Beldum encounter, you better hope those array of button mashing methods and holding AB when the ball closes like we've all been taught in our early days of Pokemon actually work by this point. Because we've all had quite a few legendary ordeals where we've run out of Ultra Balls and that's not the way we want this story to end. Number 2. While this one might not be you encountering the shiny Pokemon, it does still sting deep as you're there to witness your chances of encountering a shiny Pokemon go to any catching tutorial trainer instead of you. So as you're there in this forced tutorial that no one ever really asked for, you get to see the glimmering of stars surrounding a Pokemon that you won't ever be able to use, and sometimes the other person isn't even using it either. It can be a pretty fun Easter egg to have happen, but I'm pretty sure that low chance might have been desired in a way where you would be able to actually use that Pokemon. There are quite a few instances of this in catching tutorials, along with many main events of encountering Pokemon where they are not able to be caught. The most notable have to be the Old Man and his Weedle, the Purrloin that Bianca catches, the Ralts that Wally can catch, although when he uses it again it won't be shiny anymore, and the Pokemon that's encountered in X and Y at the beginning depending on which character you picked. This even extends to the Pokemon used to battle the encounters, like Wally's Zigzagoon, and further elongates into the Pokemon attacking Professor Birch, or the Minccino and Cinccino used in the introduction of Gen 5. These professors are professional trolls. The worst out of this has to be the beast that attacks Professor Birch, because even though you aren't able to catch any of these, you actually have to take out a Pokemon to defeat this one, further solidifying the pain. I thought we were just being taught to catch Pokemon, not fields. Number 1. One of the biggest threats to a happy shiny Pokemon day has to be the beginning of the game, where you trek through the starting routes and oh look, a shiny Pokemon. Now even though you may not want just a shiny Rattata or a shiny Pidgey, the fact that you can encounter these early on before you even have a chance to get any balls just takes any desire out the window and gives you no choice in the matter to catch one. This is even extended further into the Battle Pyramid and Battle Pike, where the encounters of Pokemon you run into can be shiny as well. But again, no balls, so you have to take them down. Even the Battle Frontier and Battle Factory's rental Pokemon can possibly be shiny, but at least you get to use them, even though it's temporary. It's like bye-bye Butterfree to a rental Pokemon, except you're the one with the alternately colored Pokemon. And only you cry. Early route shiny Pokemon have to be one of my biggest fears when running through a Pokemon game for the first time. Well, except for Nuzlocke, where I forget to instill the shiny claws and it's my second encounter and my friend won't let me catch it. Really, we're just looking for the first video to pop up with it happening in Sword and Shield, so at least there's some jump scare videos to be made. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our little look at the shiny Pokemon that could possibly put a little hampering on the cheer for shiny Pokemon. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time for a new edition of whatever I'm doing between 4 and 7 p.m. It's actually 1:40 p.m. Until next time,